There she is, the morning sun coming up over the horizon. And not a bad morning, not cold. Well, good morning all. It is Wednesday the 15th. Yeah, I had to think about it, okay? One gripe. New York, why did you go around and create a freaking path around the Palisades? I just don't get it. There's got to be a good reason, I would hope. Anyway, yeah, I wasn't a big fan, and I considered going the old AT, and I thought, I'll be a good doobie and do what I got to do. But yeah, it just didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense to me. And then some pretty wicked climbs up rocks that were wet yesterday. It made it challenging. But it's over, and I'm not going to complain again. And my beard looks like hell. But you know your day when you start off and you're feeling kind of glum. One moment. As I was saying after I got done screwing around with this phone, yeah, you can't beat a view like this. The mighty Hudson. And again, we're back over to Bear Mountain, which is where we're headed today. Gorgeous view. Beautiful day too, as far as temperature. Quite amazing. Supposed to be 63 today. There you have it. You look real close at the center of the screen. That's where we took the last video of the Hudson. Yeah. So we're getting up there, almost there, and we're moving on. Just having a little snack, enjoying the peace and quiet. Alright, looking off towards the Palisades here, that's the road in the distance, if you can see it in the picture. I'm fairly certain that you can. Across the mountain in about center there, and I think the one after that too. Yeah. And then that's where we were at last night. Hang on a moment, I need to move. Alright, about dead center of the camera. That's where I was at earlier when I took a picture of the Hudson. Yeah. So, we're almost tippy top here. Working at it, slowly but surely. Alright, see the rocks on the right. That's where I was this morning, taking a view of the picture of the Hudson. See the next set of rocks, almost center of the screen. That's where I put up last night. Yeah, slip up on top. Beautiful breeze. A little noisy with car traffic from the Palisades, but you know what? Kind of white noise. It put me out. So, yep. Moving on. All right, so after doing a little looky here, if I'm not mistaken, where you see the little hump in the center of the screen, that's the range that I came across. Those are the mountains I come across to get to where I am today. And of course, the one directly across from us is where I spent the night last night. And we're heading up Bear Mountain now. So, yeah. Moving on. Well, this is the bench everybody shows, so I guess I'll be included. And almost to the top of Bear Mountain. What a wonderful view. Let's take a look. And let's act like we're sitting in the bench. Yeah. Tell me that ain't spectacular. And quite windy, but it feels good for a little bit. About time for me to get moving on. So let's move on. Another quick shot. As you notice all the pock marks, looks like the moon from the erosion from the rains and the snows and everything else. Mother Nature putting a punishment on the rock. Interesting, isn't it? Moving on. Another memorial bench. Let's give you a look-see from sitting in the chair, looking out. Looking off to my left, where we came from. Yeah, here's the winner. Sitting in that bench. Hessian Lake, what we're looking at. Got a few boats out on her. Beautiful day to be out on a boat. Great view. Moving on. Well, there it is, Bear Mountain Tower. We made it to the top. So nice. Chilling. Okay, mind you, it's a little noisy, but there's the New York City skyline. I think you can see it. It's very visible. Duh, I can't even talk. You can see it just a little bit. And of course, Hessian's over that way, off in the distance. just across those mountains. I believe that's the Hudson. It may, yeah, it's got to be the Hudson. Another nice view. A little lower, that's all. Realize we're all fenced in, but yeah, we made it to our destination for today. I'm doing a narrow into Bear Mountain Inn. There's the view once you get down the bottom. A little fenced in, who knows why. I don't, that's for sure. Moving on.